Hello and welcome to the first web-exclusive episode of the school year. I'm Lauren Creighton, making my first on-screen appearance for Sports Central. I've got some recaps of all your fall Chippewa sports, so let's get started. The CMU women's soccer team fell to the Bowling Green Falcons 3-1 at home on October 4th.
We didn't quit. We just kept fighting and kept playing, and to take the goal back at the end and to take the first goal from them in the MAC is something that we can build on. What I felt like was a difference is when the few moments where we were able to play with the ball and we were able to keep the ball, we were able to generate attack. We just didn't have enough of not enough of that tonight.
The Chippewas then hit the road to take on the Toledo Rockets, only to lose 2-0. The Rockets outshot the Chippewas 21-8. Head coach Peter McCahey described the loss as a tale of two halves. In the second half, we came out and responded much better and had really good intensity in the second half and created a couple of really good chances. These losses brought the Chippewas' overall record to 5-9 and their Mid-American Conference record to 3-3, tying them with the Buffalo Bulls for 7th in the MAC. The Central Michigan women's golf team hit the midpoint of the season this fall. They will compete in the Shirley Spork EMU Invitational at Eagle Crest Golf Club in Ypsilanti. The Chippewas are coming off a third-place finish at the Oakland Golden Grizzlies Invitational in Rochester 2 weeks ago. CMU's Bria Kolaski and Megan Deerdorf finished in a tie for third place at Oakland. Kolaski's 72 was her second-best total as a Chippewa, almost beating her program record of 69 she had last spring. The 2017 CMU women's basketball season with Team 50 was a special year for anyone who has ever called themselves a Chippewa. The women's hoop squad are coming off a 2017 campaign where they won a regular season and tournament MAC title, as well as a special postseason run that involved marching all the way to the Sweet 16 and the NCAA tournament, after knocking off national powerhouse programs in LSU and Ohio State. However, 12th year head coach Sue Guevara is focused on her current team, stating it's a brand new year, so the focus is on 51, not 50. Although there are some new faces entering the lineup, there's still a lot of returning talent on Team 51, with guards Michaela Kelly and Presley Hudson returning, as well as the MAC tournament MVP and top rebounder Raina Frost down low for the Chippewas. With only a few weeks before the first tip, the Chippewas will be hard at work in practice to get themselves ready for another magical season. Men's basketball held their first practice of the season, welcoming many new faces to the team. CMU looks to replace four-year starter Luke Meyer and last year's leading scorer Cecil Williams, while returning Sean Roundtree, Kevin McKay, and David DeLeo. In the backcourt, the Chippewas brought in graduate transfer Larry Austin, who played 2 years at Xavier before moving to Vanderbilt and playing 2 years there. While three other transfers, Rob Montgomery, Kevin Hamlet, and Romello Burrell, look to replace Meyer and Williams in the paint. They join the 6'11" Innocent Nwoko in the front court. Coach Keno Davis looks to Montgomery and Hamlet, both juniors, to be instant contributors for the Chippewas. CMU opens their season in an exhibition game against Davenport on October 30th before playing 2 home games in the Junkanoo Jam on November 6th and 9th. Field hockey traveled down to Ohio to take on the 3-9 Kent State Golden Flashes. Looking for their first MAC win, unfortunately, they would fall to Kent State 5-1. The Golden Flashes outshot CMU 20-6 with 13 Kent State shots on goal compared to Central's 3. Splitting time in goal, Abigail Ebersol and Lily Amadeo picked up 4 saves, each for a total of 8. Allie Huddleston scored the only Chippewa goal of the game in the 65th minute, her first goal of the season. Coach Catherine Ostoik stated that the team had been very stagnant in the beginning of the game, saying we've got to be moving for the full 70 minutes. Central looks for their first MAC win this season with games against Appalachian State and Ball State still on the schedule. CMU women's volleyball welcomed rival Western Michigan to McGurk Arena Friday night for a pivotal conference matchup. Despite a fierce and competitive effort from the Chippewas, they were swept by the Broncos 3-0. The second set proved to be a thriller as the back-and-forth affairs got the fans on their feet, but the Chippewas eventually fell 29-31.
We've got to make some changes here to the style of volleyball that we're playing to make teams have to beat us. And I feel like more times than not, I find ourselves beating ourselves from the standpoint of being too high air. So it's definitely something that we have to work on and manage before tomorrow and beyond. You know, we've still got 11 matches left in MAC season, and you know, we've got to catch fire here.
CMU followed up their rivalry game with a visit from Northern Illinois the following night, where once again the Chippewas were competitive but fell to the Huskies 3-1. CMU managed to top their foes in kills and assists in both of these matchups, but will need to finish out better in order to remain in contention for the conference. Entering into week 6 of the college football season, Coach Bonamego and his Chippewas were hoping to turn the tide on the season as they entered into their stretch of MAC games. However, the homecoming matchup against Buffalo proved to be more of the same. Over the last 2 weeks, CMU's offense saw improvement, with Tommy Lazaro at the helm, but on Saturday that wasn't the case. Lazaro threw 4 interceptions on the day, coupled with an unfortunate run game, which spelled defeat for the Chips. Coach Bono was adamant in his post-game interview about the feeling in the locker room and the issues that need to be dealt with.
We turned the ball over 4 times. We missed too many tackles. We were penalized 10 times for 60 yards. Buffalo's a good team. To beat good teams, you have to play good football. We didn't play good football today.
CMU's youth continues to hurt them, but hopefully going into the last half of the season, the Chips can string some wins together to make the MAC championship race a little more interesting. That's all the time we have for today, but be sure to follow us on social media for more exclusive content. I'm Lauren Creighton, and this has been Sports Central.